Vengeance!
Welcome to another video, guys. Today I will give you a Hearthstone Collection Manager guide. This is a very powerful tool with a lot of possibilities, and I've noticed a lot of people actually don't know how to use it to its full potential, so in this video I will try to change that. Hope you enjoy the guide, and if you do, a like and a subscribe is always appreciated. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so in the Collection Manager you can do all sorts of stuff, like changing your favorite card back or hero portrait, to filtering out and narrowing down your card collection to a very few specific cards. Of course, you can also create new decks, copy their deck codes, and from not so far long ago, now you can even change the order of your decks with the new user-friendly feature. Let's start off with the button New Deck. Currently, you can have up to 18 decks combined with Wild and Standard. When you choose the class for which you want to create a new deck for, you will be offered 3 different pre-built decks and the option to create a custom deck. Usually, you would never want to be touching the pre-built deck recipes in the game, since almost none of them are even remotely good compared to the meta decks. I've seen quite a few people ask if it's worth it to craft decks from here, and the answer is almost always no. Just get your deck codes from the best meta deck sites or from my top 5 videos. If you want to be copying a deck code from a site, you just copy the deck code and go to your collection and click anywhere, and the game should ask you to build that deck for you. You can also click on New Deck. You can either copy the complete deck code or just the string between the 2 hashtags at the bottom. If you want to share your deck code instead, you just go to your collection and hover over your hero and you should see a copy button. From here, you can also switch your card back for a specific deck and your hero portrait as well. While you have your deck selected, you can just hover over the top side and select the specific card back you want, and same goes for the portrait. If you want to change your card back globally, you just do the same, but don't pick a specific deck before that, and same goes for the champions. Also, you can now organize your decks by holding down the left mouse button over a deck and dragging it to your desired position. This feature just got released last month, and we can finally reorganize our decks without any hassle. Another cool thing you can do from the My Collection section is seeing which cards you're missing from a specific set. This feature is especially valuable nowadays because it can help you figure out which packs you want to be opening next, so you can get the exact card you're missing and you want to get. With the new no dupes protection for commons, rares and epics as well, it's really important to try and open the cards you want to be crafting instead of just crafting them, so you can save up a bunch of dust. The best way you can be doing this is by typing missing in the search bar and then filter out the sets from the bottom left button. This way you will see exactly what you're missing from each set, and that will help you figure out what you want to be opening next. There are quite a few other cool keywords you can be using here, but the most important ones would be Golden, so you can see what cards you have in Golden, Extra, so you can see which cards you have more than 2 copies from so you can easily disenchant them, and New, so you can remove those annoying numbers you get when you open new cards. The Extra keyword is especially important, since, as I have told you many times in the past, it's a bad idea to press the mass disenchant button. It would always be a better idea for you to disenchant cards one by one when you need the dust, so you can save up some extra copies from cards that are suspiciously overpowered and due to a nerf. We've had 3 sets of nerfs in the past 2 months, and I have reaped tons of extra dust each time, just because I disenchanted my cards manually, and that way I saved up quite a few of the nerfed cards with 9+ copies. You can also combine keywords in the search bar, for example Golden Extra, and that way you will get golden cards from which you have more than 2 copies from. Other than that, there are quite a few other possible ways for you to use the search bar. You can write down attack double point and write down the number of attack you want the minion to have. And you can write it down in ranges, for example from 3 to 5. Same goes for the health and mana, even though you can play with the mana from the buttons below, although you won't be able to select ranges like that. You can also search for specific types of cards, like minion, hero, weapon or spell, or for a specific rarity, like epic, legendary and so on. The owned keyword is pretty important too, because that way you can select all of the cards from which you have 9+ copies from. You just have to write owned double point 9+, and that way you will have a lot of options to disenchant tons of extra cards, for the people with tons of extra cards. There are a lot of other ways you can use the search bar, but I think these are the most useful ones. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite Collection Manager feature. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope it helped you better understand what you can do in the Collection Manager. A like and a subscribe is always appreciated. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.